Good evening. That video certainly was meaningful to the individuals that spoke, but I'm sure every one of us has similar stories and similar sentiments that are personal to us, and for that we respond with the National Hellenic Museum. You know, as I was coming up here, I was looking around the room, and as Lou mentioned, we have a sellout crowd. But I noticed that a lot of the people here were familiar faces. And it dawned on me that they've been involved, all of you, a lot of you have been involved since the beginning. As Lou mentioned, we were put together 30 years ago, but there's people who have been involved since the very beginning. And for that, we've been involved in this thing for a 30-year journey to get to this point. And I'm sure a lot of you along the way have thought about or asked the question in the back of your mind, the same question that my children ask me when I've taken them on long road trips, the question of, are we there yet? Well, tonight we respond in a historic once-in-a-millennium celebration, and we will ask the question one last time. Are we there yet? Yes, we are! We are finally home! The National Hellenic Museum is no longer a dream, it is a reality! I have to tell you that one of the things that I was asked repeatedly during the construction was, how does it feel after such a long journey? How does it feel to see the building coming out of the ground? What does it feel like to step into the museum for the first time? And I thought back to the story of the Iliad and the Odyssey. And I was reminded of Odysseus' epic 10-year journey to his home island of Ithaca. Ours was twice that long. But nevertheless, we've arrived. And I imagined how he must have felt to see the island rising up from the horizon. How he must have felt putting foot on his island home for the first time after 10 years. And I know that every one of us here tonight feel that soulful feeling of gratitude to finally be home at the Hellenic Museum. We have made it. It's taken us a while, but we're here. So let us rejoice tonight with this historic accomplishment and thank many of the people who made this possible. Our dedicated board of directors have been extremely generous in both their time and their finances. And they have unwaveringly been determined to get this thing done. And for that, we all owe them a debt of gratitude, and I want to ask them to all rise, the full board rise, to be recognized for their efforts. Please stand up. The board of directors. And of course, we have to thank our professional staff, led by Executive Director Stephanie Vlahakis, Director of External Affairs Tula Georgakopoulos, our Curator and Director of Museum Experience Bethany Fleming, and of course the rest of the professional staff. Will you please rise to be acknowledged? Now, of course, as you may recall, our hero Odysseus, his journey did not end when he arrived home. He still had to prove who he was and get his house in order. Our journey does not end tonight either. Our next step is to establish the National Hellenic Museum as one of the premier museums in the country. And the only way we can accomplish this is with your continued support to build an endowment, a definitive permanent exhibition, and a museum that pays proper tribute to the legacy which is the very foundation of Western civilization. So I would like to conclude, for on behalf of the board, on behalf of the staff, on behalf of myself personally, I'd like to extend our sincerest thanks to all of you for your continued support and love for the museum, the National Hellenic Museum. Thank you and God bless.
By the way, Aris told me that his favorite color tonight is white. Correct, Aris? White buttons, white buttons, white buttons.